You're live. I'm live. And the cat's trying to eat my tripod. Alright. Alright. Welcome to episode of Chad's Beer Reviews. Another pumpkin beer. Another middle of the day beer review. It is like super hot. It's like over 100 degrees out right now. And I think we're going with the GOAT today. Cigar City Good Gourd Imperial Pumpkin Ale. What is it, 8.8? Yep, 8.8. 28 IBUs. Sorry if you can't read that. It says, a liquid monument to the glory of the pumpkin, the most noble of all gourds. This Imperial Pumpkin Ale is brewed with cinnamon, allspice, cloves, nutmeg, and vanilla to emulate the flavors of a decadent, piquant pumpkin pie. The gourd is good indeed. And canned in, let's see, August 16th. So, just a few weeks ago. Very, very fresh beer. Now this looks pretty dark on camera. It's more of a real deep ruby red. As always, the head comes up to the rim, but by the time I get the camera going, it fizzles away. Yeah, I mean, just this one has all the classic pumpkin beer smells, but it's actually stronger, I think, than most beers. Sorry, I gotta get you close here. You can actually see the reflection of the tripod in the window. That's funny. Yeah, huge vanilla on this one, but it's like authentic, like vanilla bean. It's not like some kind of, vanilla syrup extract flavoring or something. And definitely cinnamon and allspice, nutmeg. I do not get. Actually, I think I do get a little ginger on here. It doesn't say there's ginger. It's cinnamon, allspice, cloves, nutmeg, vanilla. Yeah, so nutmeg, ginger, cinnamon, they're all very close in flavor and aroma. But to me, this one is pretty strong on the vanilla. It doesn't, like Southern Tier Pumpkin has that graham cracker crust smell and taste to it. But this one seems more like the pie itself, with the way the actual the meat of the pie smells. So it's more vanilla, but again, like the difference between this beer and like so many other ones is that it just seems, everything about it so far, well, I should say, you can actually get this in 4-packs now, and if you follow me on Untappd or Instagram, this is like my 3rd or 4th beer of the season, so I pretty much already know what I'm going to say. So let's dive in. Cheers. Remember when I first had this beer like 10 years ago or whatever? I think I got it in a beer trade. I think they marketed back then as like a candied yam type flavor, like almost like a marshmallow. I don't get marshmallow on this one. They might do a version with marshmallow. I mean, so many breweries do these pastry scents now. They actually put marshmallow in the beer. But I will say that this is quite sweet. And again, as I said on the aroma with the vanilla, it's vanilla forward. So it has like almost like a cookie or some kind of candy kind of flavor to it. But again, it tastes authentic. It doesn't taste like, just make a beer and then squirt in some vanilla flavoring. Cinnamon is almost there with the vanilla. I mean, I guess they're kind of neck and neck as far as the flavor intensities. So, but it's like a strong cinnamon flavor, but it's not like a burning sensation or anything. It does not taste like candy, or again, it doesn't just taste like some kind of artificial flavoring. Let me top this off so you guys can see. It's actually, a deep amber coming out of the can, but when you get it in the glass here, it's a lovely, like, mahogany. Actually, I'd probably call it like mahogany, slightly chestnut. So it's definitely one of the darker pumpkin beers. Definitely taste those cloves. All these flavors working together. Allspice. I think that what kind of separates this one from most other pumpkin beers is the use of allspice. I think Dogfish Head Chunkin' Pumpkin, or whatever it's called. I think that one has allspice in it, and whatever Sam Adams does, I believe they might have it. I mean, they change it all the time, but so yeah, I mean, just huge vanilla on this. Pretty strong cinnamon without the burn. Clove and allspice, get a little spicy. I guess you can, I don't want to say zesty, because it's not like it tastes like Spanish or something like that. I don't know. The alcohol is pretty strong on this one, but like it really supports. You know, it doesn't distract from the actual palate of the base flavors. It seems to boost them up. It makes for, I mean, especially with the use of vanilla, so you get like, there's almost like kind of like rum kind of sensation, almost like a Captain Morgan. I don't know if Cigar City does a rum barrel age. That would be awesome. I know they have a good gourd 𝗏𝗏𝗏, which I believe is a bourbon barrel age. I had that once, like 5 or 6 years ago, and I remember it's like had it at a bottle share or something, and it was awesome. But I haven't been able to get it since then. I think it's one of those brewery club exclusives only. Anyways, let's get back to this. Something else that I noticed about this beer, compared to most other pumpkin beers, is just like the fullness of the mouthfeel on here. Even Southern Tier Pumpkin, you know, that one's 8.6, this is 8.8, so they're very, very similar as far as potency, but this one I believe is a little darker than Pumpkin, which leads me to believe, unless they're using some kind of artificial coloring or something, the darker color would be like a longer boil or just more of the base malt in there, because there is like a nice like bready malt base on here. It's hard to pull like hops out of here because you got all these, you know, flavor, spice, you know, nutmeg, allspice, cloves, all that. So it's hard to pull specifically the hops out of there, other than just kind of slightly earthy flavor. What was it? I think it was 28 IBUs. Yeah, 28 IBUs. So, you know, it's not exactly an IBU or anything like that. Just enough hops in there for balance. I will say, even though this beer is sweet, and like I said, you know, very vanilla flavored, it's still balanced. It is not cloying at all. Yeah, finishes with this really tasty rum, vanilla kind of sensation. Slight kind of cinnamon as the background. Actually, I think what I'm perceiving as cinnamon might actually be the cloves, you know. Just really, really tasty. What's weird is that it seems I think this would work. This would work great. They could do a bourbon barrel aged and a rum barrel aged, I think. They could do like all different kinds of you know, whiskey barrels on this one. I don't know if I do wine though. Yeah, I don't think red wine, or I don't think maybe some, like maybe a used mead barrel would be interesting. There is almost like a honey kind of sensation on here. This beer actually does kind of, it is like, it's reminiscent of, you know, like some kind of really sweeter meads. So I would probably call it like full body, low carbonation, almost like an Imperial Stout. Slight alcohol presence. I don't know if I'd go as far as say it's like it's slick or anything, but you can definitely tell that it's a strong beer. But It's also very versatile too. Like to me, this is a liquid dessert in and of itself. Or, if you follow me on Instagram, I actually had a can of this last night with steak, and it matched it like perfectly. Like, I think it goes really well with like any like kind of zesty, spicy. Well, maybe not spicy. Well, I mean, yeah, I would have this with chipotle. Not that chipotle is spicy. Just like that umami, savory kind of flavor. Anything Mexican, anything Spanish. I don't know if I'd go Italian on it. Yeah, I think something like Mediterranean, or beef, pork. I think this would be interesting. This would be interesting maybe with pulled pork. Well, it might be a little too much. You have the sweetness of the pulled pork plus the sweetness of the beer. It might be a little sweet overload. Maybe brisket or ribs or something. Something more, like I said, more savory than sweet. But all right, let's wrap this up. We're going 11 minutes here. All right, so final score and thoughts for the good gourd. I said this like a week or two ago, or a few weeks ago, whenever I did it on Instagram the first time. I said this might be the GOAT. Like maybe, I believe it or not, this might actually be one of the best beers ever made. I remember reviewing this, most of my BJCP type reviews, and I scored this a perfect 50 out of 50, and I still would hold up to that. And it's funny, they actually say in the can here, drink fresh, do not age. I agree. Nothing to be gained by aging this. It's not. All you would do is just add a oxidized flavor, and all those spices would drop out. So yeah, to me, this is a 5 out of 5. Definitely one of the best beers I've ever had. And it's nice now that because it's fairly ubiquitous, you can get this, at least in Florida, pretty much anywhere. Like Total Wine, ABC, you might even be able to get this at Publix. Or, well, Whole Foods, maybe one of those types of stores. Alright, I'm going super long. If you watch all the way in, you're awesome. Thanks for watching. I will see you guys